There's a big line, so let's ask them quick, answer them quick.
Hey guys, just an observation first. You're both, to some extent, and I would say Vocab, so far you're winning at this, to some extent you're both, and Vocab I'd say you're winning at this, doing the, but you can't explain it either kind of thing, which makes this really unsatisfying. The other thing is, back to you Vocab, just a couple of questions. Can you I got it now, thanks. Can you define randomness? Can you tell us which of all of the, quote, laws of physics are being broken with the idea of an eternal universe those are? Can you be more specific with some of those things?
With the second one, we would say the second law of thermodynamics.
Can you tell me what the first one is?
Neither created nor destroyed, which I would say it's also matter neither created nor destroyed. What I would say it also violates that one, because how do you get anything?
Okay, so what you're saying basically is, I mean, moving on from the very first definition, which is randomness, which you refer to quite often, if not in specific words, at least in what you're saying.
Yeah.
You seem to be saying that there is required an objective creator, an objective reason. I also incidentally hear a lot of where is used, where people mean to say why. Where does the essence of a water bottle come from? Where does justice come from? Where does the universe come from? Where? So it's supposed to be a separate place and a separate person.
Underwear?
Underwear, there you go.
My son would like that.
So when you say, I mean, you didn't do a great job of defining the term necessary philosophically, but would you say that you need an objective cause to all of this? Something separate and apart that's unchanging?
I would say everyone needs.
I'm asking you specifically.
Oh, do you mean like is like
in
some
your
kind
argument
of psychological
No,
need
does your
fulfillment?
argument require an objective God, an objective purpose, objective morality, all of these things? You know what I mean by objective, right?
Yeah, but I would say because of God has revealed himself who he is, knowing who he is, then therefore informs me that we actually do have objective things.
You can see where this looks like hedging, right? And you're not answering me directly?
I never want to argue up to God, because that would be denying, in my view, the lordship of Christ.
Okay.
I have to argue as a Christian if I'm going to be consistent from him to things. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to hedge. I'm trying to have a consistent paradigm.
Then how else do I ask to get a quicker answer about this objective thing? What is objectivity necessary in your, to coin a phrase, your worldview?
Because of who God is, yes, and I would actually say because of what we see, yes.
Why is objective better than subjective?
The question assumes an objective answer.
My question?
Yeah, it assumes a yes or no, which would be an objective truth.
That was not a yes or no question.
No,
that was a why is.
No, when you say why is better, you're assuming there's an objective standard for something to be better too.
Aren't
See,
you assuming that
the
objective is better?
Yes, but that's okay because I assume the triune God. Therefore, I have the resources within the worldview. As soon as someone
it's
says
not okay
better,
if you're not answering my question.
no, do you see what I'm
Yes,
saying?
I do. You're telling me that I'm not intellectually equipped to answer it because I
No.
don't have your worldview.
No, I didn't say
Which is basically what you've been saying about William this entire time.
I never said a person wasn't intellectually equipped because it's not an argument from one is smarter, therefore you winning.
Not what I meant.
Okay, just so you know, I'm not saying that. I'm saying for within the sort of what you might call worldview resources. That's all I'm saying.
But then I'll be more specific about morality. There needs to be an objective higher director or director principle.
A standard
for
by
morality.
which to
A
measure.
standard.
With
Why is that better? You don't like my use of the word better.
No,
what
I'm
would you
saying
rather I
is
say?
anything we say about this has to assume there's an objective standard, and I agree with that. If there is no objective standard, there is nothing. There is no way to get anything.
All right, let me rephrase the question then. Do you believe, without using the word better, I don't know quite else how to put this, is subjective an improper way to exercise morality?
Something that's subjective decisions or feelings about things aren't necessarily false, but that doesn't mean that they're justified either. So someone can make a decision that's subjective, but They could be right or wrong about it. It can't be a final court of appeal. It doesn't necessarily make something false if it's subjective, but it's not the final court of appeal because no human is autonomous and can say, I say, therefore.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. No human is autonomous, but apparently we seem to operate from subjectivity all the time.
Yes, we do. None of us.
Is that wrong or bad or?
We can't escape the prison of ourself in that way, and that's why I believe the doctrine of revelation is necessary. I don't view it as extraneous. I view it as absolutely necessary for to know anything. God to reveal Himself.
It's just necessary. It's not better or worse or anything like that.
Well, if it's necessary and God did it, it's better.
Oh, so you get to refer to better. Why?
That's because I have God. He's the standard by which to judge these things.
Well, I'm sorry. You understand how that doesn't work for me, right? And how it looks like you're not answering that question?
I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say.
Okay.
That's all I can.
Now I'm asking you, do you understand?
I understand why you don't like that, yes.
Okay, good.
I understand
That's
that.
it. I know what Thank you.
Thanks, Vocab. For William, I have a comment, an observation, and then a question. My observation